Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and as you can see it's nice today. So I'm gonna go out to the movie theaters to watch Eternals, and like usual we're gonna give you guys a spoiler review later in the video, so don't forget to give this a like, a share and subscribe, and please be kind in the comment section and enjoy the video. I guess. Okay, so this is the spaghetti. So this is the fried chicken, spicy fried chicken,
This is the chicken sandwich.
chicken sandwich.
Chicken witch. They changed the name.
So these are the pies that they have in here. Adobo rice. And this is your mashed potato with gravy. Spicy. Hi guys, so we are back in our apartment to give you guys a spoiler review for Eternals. And well, a lot of people have like a mixed feelings about this thing. Like for me, I'm okay with it in a way. I like it better than Dune, I guess. What do you think of Eternals?
I quite liked it. It was going in. I don't know. I didn't really have that much in terms of expectations. I knew that the critical reception and even the audience reception has been somewhat mixed.
Okay.
But I have to say I don't know. I don't quite get where that's coming from. I haven't looked into the reviews to see what other people are saying, but it was pretty epic.
Yeah, in a way. Well, basically, it explains the Eternals. The reason why they didn't get snapped, because you know, all the Marvel movies are like referring to the snap nowadays because of Thanos, and one of the reasons why they didn't get snapped is because they are not organic beings to begin with. They're should I say not even a cyborg, like they're robots, but I don't know, they are made more than just metal or something like that. They're a special machine that do magic as well for some reason. Like I have a question, like back then, like how come nobody gets snapped or something? They didn't show them getting snapped or anything. Well, they couldn't get snapped because they're not organic beings to begin with. Most of the should I say people that get snapped during Thanos are like organic beings, like actual living beings. The Eternals, they're not living beings. They're, should I say, a special kind of machine that has superpowers, I should say. And that's the thing, their names are like they existed for like thousands of years basically, and they influence human culture, our mythologies and all of that. Like they tie it up to like a lot of things in our history, and like they did pretty good when it comes to that. Like especially like them coming to like Mesopotamia, as they say, the first civilizations of people, something, and then Babylon, and then throughout history, like, you know, their existence throughout history or something, which is something good. Like I enjoy it, like that part, like they witness it all, and they didn't age because they're not organic beings, as I say. And here's the crazy thing though, like even though they're not organic beings, they have like, they're intelligent enough to have like human emotions as well. They have like feelings and all of that, regret, sadness, and should I say lust or something, because in this Marvel movie, like they had I'm not gonna say they should I say hook up, they made out. They made love in this movie, and I was surprised by that, coming from like a Marvel movie. Should I consider this like R-rated?
No,
not even. But yeah, I was surprised, like them showing them making love like that and that way, on that manner. It's like surprising to me.
Yeah, I do have to. I heard beforehand about like this being the first Marvel film that had a sex scene, and the first with a openly gay character. Mm-hmm. The sex scene was pretty tame, even for like PG-13 standards, I would say.
Do you say it's still tame? Like, come on.
Yeah, you obviously, it's a. I would still consider it pretty tame. Mm-hmm. And I felt like the portrayal of the gay character, I think you sort of have a conversation just about whether you really consider the Eternal as a gay character, because
they're not.
I would think if you have existed / lived that long, that you have a different idea about sexuality. Especially, we don't even know how that really works with the Eternals. Mm-hmm. It does seem they are incapable of procreating, at least according to what that one Celestial was saying, that they created this specifically not to, so that there wouldn't be any evolution like what happened with the Deviants.
Mm-hmm. And basically, but they are capable enough to feel love, anger, and all of that. Like they're intelligent enough. Should I say intelligent enough for that? Because they were created by this being. What's his name again? Asheram.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying, I think that I know there are people, of course, on the internet who are going to complain about anything like that, and they're going to say it's shoehorned in. But I felt like it worked. It didn't feel shoehorned into me. Mm-hmm. It was just an aspect of the character that was there, obviously, because you kind of get a small glimpse into each of the Eternals, what they've been doing since they sort of broke up hundreds of years ago, and so I mean, you just really get a small glimpse of that until he goes off with the rest of the Eternals in the movie, and then just a tiny glimpse of it at the end.
Yeah, and in here, like they mention about like the Deviants and all of that, and it turns out the Deviants and the Eternals are like created by the same being or something. Because basically the idea is like for, how can I say, for like a planet to have like an intelligent life and not get, well, basically they created the Deviant to fight predators, apex predators, in like specific planets or something like that, so the planet can have like intelligent life forms in it, so they can create like a celestial being out of that planet, because they send seeds all over the place, kind of like if you guys are familiar with the StarCraft universe, it's kind of like that. They plant like seeds life to like different universe, and somebody try to alter that or something.
Yeah, that's one thing. I haven't played all of the StarCraft games, but I did see a lot of resemblance between the deviants in the Zerg and then the technology of the Eternals slash
Protoss, the Protoss.
yeah. So there's some interesting similarities there.
They have the purity of form, the Eternals, and then should I say the Deviants have the purity of essence, because in here they can absorb essence as well. Especially when one of the Deviants killed like a character, or should I say an Eternal, and like should I say he in this situation, like he absorbed like the power of that Eternal, like her healing abilities, something like that. So when he was fighting like other Eternals, like he's able to heal himself because you know he can absorb it. That's why. But yeah, the concept of like beings beyond beyond your imagination and all of that, creating life out of the universe, creating galaxies and all of that, like it's in this one. It's very deep, should I say. Like a religious kind of deep, should I say Scientology kind of deep. What else do you think?
So how did you feel like all the characters were portrayed? Because this movie did have a lot of characters to introduce and tell a story with, and you know, under 3 hours. I feel like that might be a criticism of some people's. Like I said, I haven't gone looking into what the critics are saying, but I felt like the film juggled a lot of new characters pretty well, and was able to introduce them quickly and tell you what their deal was, and also kind of elaborate on that. I feel like some people are probably a little too harsh on that. They get caught up in this idea that you have to see a character for so many hours before you even start to care about them, especially if saying that, oh, they're not human, so it's, you don't feel that same sort of attachment. I don't really agree with that way of looking at movies and TV. I feel like, you know, you can make any character whether they're human or not, because at the end of the day, you're portraying them in a human-like way.
Well, here's the crazy thing.
You can make them feel. You can make the audience care about them. You don't have to spend. You don't have to know their entire life story.
But yeah, here's the crazy thing, because Angelina Jolie is in this movie, and I thought she's gonna steal like the entire movie, like, you know, the show or something like that. But they're able to like balance every character out, even though Angelina Jolie was there. Like, she didn't, should I say, like her star power didn't eclipse a lot of the characters, a lot of the actors. Like, they're able to like balance it out in a way, which is good.
So that did make me think. So one thing I wanted to ask is, what did you think of this movie after having watching the trailers, and what do you think of the trailers that you've seen of this movie after having watched the movie? Because I have a couple specific thoughts on that.
Yeah, because when I was watching like the trailer and all of that, and especially like the theme song is in there. What's the title of the theme song?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, the theme song was there. It's very, should I say, dramatic in a way. It's kind of like
Well, it's not even the theme. It's not the theme song you're thinking about. It's like it's a song that they used. It's not like an original theme song.
Well, the song that they use, and like it's very dramatic in a way. Like, it's gonna make you feel like, oh, this is gonna be like a sad superhero movie. Like, there's death and all of that kind of situation. But which, yeah, there is some death.
Yeah, I would say there's more death than you get in a normal Marvel superhero movie.
And like, yeah, even though they're not humans, should I say, like they display like human like emotions. Like they love the people of this planet, should I say, Earth, and you can really feel for them, especially their struggle, like Angelina Jolie's struggle because she lived for that long, and kind of like, let's just say for a computer, like you have so much in your memory and like you're having a glitch kind of situation. But like the way they portray it, it's like she's having, what's this, I'm not gonna say she's going crazy or something like that, but like, yeah, it's affecting her brain, should I say, her processing unit, because she lived that long and she remembers a lot of things, and they have a way for that. They can delete it, but you're gonna forget who you are or something. And there's a reason why you need to forget who you are, because once a celestial is born in a specific planet, that planet dies. So everything, all of the memory you have with that planet, like they need to like delete that and put that in a separate, should I say, system, so you can start your life anew. And you know, that's your duty as an eternal.
Anyway, what I was talking about with the trailers is one of the things that immediately after you find out, what was her name? Ajax, I think. Once you find out she had been killed off, is the only thing I could keep thinking of is the scene in the trailer where we saw her talking to Icarus, which we obviously see later in the movie as in that flashback sequence when we found out what Icarus was up to before the events of the film. Yeah, I kind of felt like I don't think they should have shown that in the trailer. I get why the marketing people probably did, because it kind of especially since she mentions Thanos, and it's kind of trying to explain why it's happening. It kind of gives it away if you were paying attention, because you're immediately going to think, oh well, obviously something's going on with Icarus, because I know from the trailer, and I was thinking, like, unless they cut it, which is always a possibility, you know, sometimes deleted scenes still get shown in trailers even though they had already made the decision not to include it. It just felt like such a different thing for him to have already talked to her, but he didn't mention that at all, and it didn't seem to sort of line up what was happening, so that already made me suspicious of Icarus. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I didn't necessarily think that he was behind her death, which is what we find out, but I definitely knew something was up. So I feel like they really shouldn't have shown that scene the way they did. And I feel like the trailers also could have put more emphasis on the character of Cersei as being the sort of the lead character in the film. I don't think the trailers really put enough emphasis on her. And they capture the sort of grand scope of the story overall with all the like flashbacks, but in terms of just the story, if you took all the flashbacks out, it really is just Cersei's story. You
think so?
Yeah, she's the main character.
But yeah, because I really thought it's Angelina Jolie who's gonna steal, like, not gonna say, well, should I say steal all of the scenes because of her, you know, star power, all of that.
But you could tell that wasn't gonna happen from the trailers.
I don't know. It's a trailer, as I said. It's a trailer, and besides, it's Angelina Jolie. Like, she's a big actress, should I say? She's a big actress, so yeah, she can, should I say, overpower a lot of the actors when it comes to her star power. So, but yeah, that's what I thought. Like, she's gonna be like the main Eternal, but it's not. It's Ajax. Well, they balance it out in a way, and I appreciate, like, in her, like, the way they portray her. Like, you know, you can still see like vulnerability and all that, even though she's powerful and all of that. Like, you can still see like her vulnerability, like she needs, you know, help in a way, because she can't do it by herself. That's why. And what do you think of, like, the pairings and all of that? I feel like they put, I don't know, they put Gemma Chan, I think that's her name. Like, she got like well, basically she's in love with Icarus, but she hasn't seen Icarus for like thousands of years, so she met with this other guy or something, which is something I feel like he's gonna be in a different movie.
Yeah, so I'm not really familiar with the character that much, but I know he is a superhero called the Black Knight. So you obviously get a tease of that in the post-credits scene with the sword. So I think the sword gives him like magic powers, or the sword is not magic powers, but the sword itself is magic, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it makes him the Black Knight.
No, because basically he wanted to save Cersei. Because since they didn't fulfill their mission, they betrayed their creator, should I say. So their creator like took them back for punishment, to punish them, if you know what I'm saying. That's why. And here's the crazy thing though, here's another spoiler for you guys. Like Angelina Jolie and like the other two Eternals are like traveling to like the universe to look for other Eternals. And it turns out like Thanos' brother is also an Eternal, which is played by Harry Styles. And a lot of people are like screaming when they saw Harry Styles.
No, it's because they know the character of Star Fox / Eros.
Eros, yeah, but I don't know. It's Harry Styles. Like I don't know. They got excited with Harry Styles.
No, because it's because they knew who the character was.
That's why. Well, and here's the thing: is Thanos an Eternal as well?
So I don't know exactly where they're going with it in the MCU, but well, I know the Eternals in the comics are different. They're not really robots or like they are in this version. They are basically descendants of Celestials or something like that. And so I was just reading a little bit about it. And so in the comics, Thanos comes from a planet called Titan. And so the Titans come from like basically Eternals that left and basically went to Titan
and created their own
or
planet.
something like that. And Thanos is basically a deviant.
Really? Well, yeah, because I remember like one of these deviant, he keeps absorbing a lot of essence from other Eternals, and he started to become, should I say, sentient or something. And like he can talk, like he can, you know, he can understand things. He's more than just, should I say, a monster now. And like he can fight, he absorbs their power, and he understands like their mission. Like their mission is to like eradicate like predators to enable, you know, intelligence on a planet, to create like the Celestials or something like that. But sometimes like it's sometimes the process is not perfect, so the Eternals are there to like do some kind of corrections for the process, just to continue, you know, to continue the concept of creating a new celestial being, should I say. That's why I say if you play StarCraft, like you're gonna get it in a way. That's why. What else do you think? Well, I do definitely I enjoy watching it in a way, but I was expecting more action to be honest with you.
Why? It had plenty of action.
Not enough.
Yeah, it did. It had plenty of action. Well, how did you feel about the action that was in the movie? I was
not enough action.
That's just dumb. And so like one of the things I really liked is you basically got a Superman versus the Flash in this movie. With Icarus and I can't remember what her name is, but the speedster fighting. And
in here, like they're able to like include like a mute person, should I say, for people with disability, just to represent them in a way. And like she's able to fight Icarus, Superman, should I say. And this one in like it's action. Well, that one is like action packed, and like a lot of people enjoy it though. Especially like the guy sitting next to me, like he enjoy it. Especially like she's beating up this guy or something like that. And then Angelina Jolie's character like is awesome as well. I enjoy her character. Like she can fight. All of them can fight. But I was expecting like I don't know what happened to what's the name of the Indian guy again who worked out.
I'm blanking on it.
But what's his name? Let's check. So Kumail Nanjiani's character, I was expecting him to fight Icarus as well, but I don't know. They didn't show him in the last fight scene.
Because he said he supported Icarus.
I know he's. But I know he supported Icarus, but still, I want some action from him. And like, especially this part, like their, should I say, putting their psionic energy, should I say, into like one system just to stop a celestial from being born into planet Earth. Like all of them started floating and all of that. I didn't see Kumail in that scene as well.
Because he wasn't there at all.
Mm-hmm. Like it's supposed to be like all of them because, you know, they're connected into like one brain or something. That's why. They do that just to strengthen like the power of Cersei to stop a celestial from being born. That's why. Because if a celestial was born, like Earth will die. Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel about the finale, the way it resolved?
Like who? Asheram, that's his name?
No, that's after it. The climax, the way the climax was resolved. So they basically killed the baby celestial.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little messed up if you think about it, and it's sort of, I think I like that about the film, that it's not a simple. I feel like there's other movies and TV shows that have dealt with the similar sort of, you know, you have something like that happening, and then they always just find some way around it. You know, they like in this example, if they were doing the same thing, they would have just teleported the celestial out of the planet, or, you know, done something like that. But in this, it was a real. They didn't want to kill the celestial,
but they need to. But
in order to not kill everyone on Earth, they needed to. So it's not a it's interesting, I think, because it's not a kind of moment you can feel really great about. And it kind of does make you think a little bit.
And yeah, and like after that scene, like Icarus went to the sun or something to kill himself. But I feel like I'm gonna see his character more in like the next movies. Something. I feel like for some reason I was expecting like Captain Marvel to like stop him from going to the sun or something like that. I don't know why. Like at this point, like I feel like I want to see like the rest of them in, you know, the Avengers movie, the next Avengers movie or something. I'm excited. That's why. So what else do you think?
So then finally talking about the post-credits scene. So we mentioned a little bit earlier, but we also get Pip the Troll.
Is he an Eternal too?
I don't know. I just know he's from the comics. And both he and Star Fox are in the comic book, the Infinity Gauntlet, which is the big comic book event where Thanos gets all the Infinity Gems and does the snap that kills half the universe. Well, makes half the universe disappear, you could say.
Oh yeah, the universe is expanding again. Do you think they're gonna show this, should I say, like this event in like other Marvel shows, should I say? Let's just say, what's the show again with Sebastian Stan? the Winter Soldier or something like
Falcon
that.
and the Winter
Do
Soldier.
you think they're gonna talk about this, like a sculpture showing up in the Indian Ocean or something like that? They need to investigate, kind of thing.
Well, that was like a one season so far. We don't know if they're going to do a second
Do you think?
season, but yeah, I don't know what show or TV they might mention it in.
Do you think we're gonna see it in Loki? They're gonna mention something about this,
I don't know.
the Eternals and all of that? Because yeah, the universe is expanding and there's a lot of villains and all of that. Like, everybody's
I think-
connected to each other. Well, it's kind of hard to like keep up with like all the storylines connecting to each other like that, like, you know, like in comics. But we'll see. Let's see how they do it though. What else do you think? I'm trying to figure out how powerful Asherim is though, because he showed up on Earth and like he was really massive. He show up and he just disappear, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he considered like the gods of this universe?
Yeah, I mean they're celestials. That's kind of the idea. You saw them at around the beginning making stars, making galaxies.
Yeah, they can make stars and like galaxies like effortlessly. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty much at the top of the chain.
Do you think Captain Marvel?
Like
can
one
fight
of the
them?
things I found interesting thinking. Well, one of the things I thought about when it comes to that is, so they showed up right. Asherim shows up right after they stop the emergence from happening. So that makes me think, why didn't they do anything when Thanos basically probably didn't just delay the emergence from happening on Earth, but everywhere else there was an emergence set to eventually happen? And they didn't decide not to show up right away for that. Well, it did take a couple weeks, I guess, before they actually showed up.
No, because they were saying like they prevented everybody from creating a celestial. In the movie, at least, they say like they wanted to intervene, but they're, should I say, programmed not to intervene, even though they can, and all of that. And like this, there's this more, should I say, conflict with the morality, should I say, or I don't know how to explain it now. I feel like I'm losing the words. But basically they're having conflicts within themselves, like, should we intervene even though it's right to intervene? Especially that part where, you know, genocide is happening, you know, in Tenochtitlan, you know, the Aztec Empire, when the Spanish are like invading. They could have done something about that, but you know, their mission is not to intervene unless deviants are involved and all of that. As he was saying, like when Thanos did the snap and they show up, like, well, the snap, and you know, it wiped out like a lot of people, not just, well, a lot of people and beings throughout the galaxy. And should I say, Ajax said, their leader said like it slowed down the birth of a new celestial, but the people of Earth snapped all of the people back, so it gave them enough energy to, you know, should I say, the celestials to be born. And they wanted to prevent that from happening because they fell in love with the people of Earth. They fell in love with Earth to begin with because they've been here for like 7,000 years. It's kind of like me living in a place for like thousands of years, and like I'm not gonna, should I say, fall in love with, I'm gonna have a connection through the place. Come on, I was born in the Philippines and I've been there for like decades, should I say, like few years or few decades, and you know, I'm still in love with Philippines. Kind of like I live in the US now, so I'm gonna have like a connection to this place because I live in the US now for a decade as well. That's why. So I understand like what they feel when it comes to like, it's kind of like destroying your home in a way.
So where do you want to see the Eternals next? So obviously it says that we're getting the Eternals will return in some shape or form. We don't know for sure if there's going to be an Eternals 2. That would be obviously the first guess for where you could see the Eternals again would be a sequel to this movie. But there's the possibility that if Marvel decides that it didn't make enough money, that they don't do a sequel. And then similar to other characters, like we didn't see an Incredible Hulk 2, but we kept seeing the Hulk in different movies.
Yeah.
So there's always a possibility we'll see the Eternals in something else. Where do you think we could see them pop up again?
Well, I want to see them in Shang-Chi too. Shang-Chi. I want to see them in Captain Marvel if there's going to be a Captain Marvel movie.
Well, Captain Marvel would make sense because I'm thinking specifically of the ones that deal with cosmic Marvel stuff, because that's obviously the direction like the characters are in. I was going off of Earth.
You're telling me back then, like I was suggesting the idea of like Captain Marvel holding the Mjolnir. That's how you call it, right?
Yeah.
Thor's axe with all the Infinity Stones to it, and then she's screaming Captain Marvel like Sailor Moon. She's basically Sailor Moon of this universe or something. But yeah, I still want to see them in Captain Marvel, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. Probably like aiding them in their story, as I say, and then showing up in like other places as well. Do you think they're gonna show up in Morbius?
And what?
Is that the name of the character? Morbius?
No.
That's Marvel, right?
It's complicated. It's Sony.
But it's Marvel, right?
But it's Marvel, but it's not Marvel Studios. It's a whole complicated thing, and we don't even know exactly how what's happening with that, and how is it tying into anything Venom or Spider-Man, or
are they gonna show up in Loki as well, you think? They should. I mean, they should. Like, it's a lot of them.
I don't know,
because from what I understand in the story, like there's Eternals in like different planets. They send Eternals to different planets to aid, should I say, intelligent life from evolving, so they don't get killed off by a predator, should I say, an apex predator, so they can evolve or something. So yeah, I want to see them in like more shows, and like hopefully like Captain America and Winter Soldier, should I say, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I want to see them in there as well, aiding them. You know, because like all the stories are like interconnected with each other now, so it doesn't make sense for like you to, like, I get it, like you wanted to like focus on the character, but I also want to see like other characters in like other shows to get me hooked into it, kind of like WandaVision. I want to see them in WandaVision as well, and the Multiverse of Madness for what's the name, Doctor Strange or something. You see, I want to see them in all the shows now, because they're Eternals. And they're gonna share their knowledge to the of the universe or something like that. So what else do you think?
Let's do final thoughts.
Okay, so here's my final thoughts. Like, I encourage you guys to like check this movie out, because it's worth it. Like, I enjoy it more than Dune, honestly. Because the last time I made like a movie review about Dune, and I don't understand it that much. Like, at least this one, like, even though I say it's not action packed, like compared to Dune, like I like this more than Dune, action wise. There's a lot of battle, magic, and all of that superhero action. Like, it's worth it. Watching it in Dolby as well. What about you?
I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I think it's definitely worth the watch.
It's a popcorn flick, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's just like a popcorn flick. I mean, to me, saying something's a popcorn flick mean it's like not worth thinking too much about, and I think this film is better than that.
That's right. But yeah, hopefully you guys can check it out. So let's close.
Yeah.
Close it.
Or both.
I hope you guys enjoy our spoiler review for Eternals. Hopefully you guys give this video a like, and share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my future video.